Thanks and welcome to join me. I'm Kijang Henry at Before the News. Let's begin with our headlines. Crackdown on beer prices or beer price hike in Melong, that is in the Mongo division, after consumers expressed frustration. The cost of a bottle of alcoholic beverage has galloped from 650 francs to 900 francs CFA. A crisis meeting has been summoned to abate the situation. And residents in many neighborhoods in constant fear in Douala of impending electricity shocks as low-hanging electricity poles dangle over their heads. And the 650 News will take you to discover the perilous ordeal of people living with the Parkinson disease as the world celebrates or commemorates World Parkinson Day. Those were our top stories. Welcome to the 650 News. We're coming to you from our headquarters in Douala. And of course, you can check us on our respective platforms for consultation on Canal International. We begin in the Mongo division, that is precisely in Melong, where the population has expressed indignation and frustration following a hike in the prices of alcoholic beverages. And this unjustified move has leading to the galloping of this cost in beer prices has pushed the population. And Maureen is reporting that it took tact for the administration to step in to avert a pleasant situation.
Amidst growing consumer complaints about unjustified beer price increases, administrative authorities in Melong have launched swift action to restore pricing order. The crisis meeting was convened, bringing together key industry players in a bid to end the troubling trend.
C'est difficile pour nous de boire une bière. Il y a des moments où ils vendent à 1000 francs, des moments à 900.
Et dans les quelques bars qu'on trouve les bières, les prix sont tellement, c'est le double.
At a popular store in Buruku within the Melong subdivision, Nesta Ekango paid 900 francs CFA for a bottle of beer, a 250 francs increase from the official 650 francs CFA price. Consumers say the illegal mark-up is both frustrating and unsustainable.
Je vends cher parce que il y a parfois un mois on ne me livre pas.
Acting on public concerns, local administrators conducted an unannounced inspection across various still points to verify the allegations. The findings confirmed widespread price inflation across several outlets.
Depuis novembre à nos jours, il y a eu une augmentation.
In response, authorities organized a high-level crisis meeting, which included representatives from the brewery company, local distributors, and bar owners. At the close of the discussions, all parties agreed that beer should continue to be sold at the official approved prices. Authorities issued a strong warning: any seller found inflating prices in defiance of the agreement will face legal consequences.
And over in Yupe, frequent electricity outages in the Yupe, that is where the new market or the fish market was recently inaugurated by the Prime Minister, has caused has disrupted ice production. And so the business people are already complaining that it is not possible for them to conserve their fishes.
In Upwe, Douala, the ice production sector is struggling to operate due to recurring power outages. A recent 2-day blackout left the area in darkness, halting production and resulting in significant financial setbacks for producers and vendors. Power outages hit us hard. A bag of ice that usually costs 2,000 francs can shoot up to 10,000 francs. during blackouts. It becomes nearly impossible to manage under such conditions. The situation, though temporarily resolved, remains unstable. Many businesses that depend on a steady electricity supply find it increasingly difficult to maintain operations, raising concerns about the future of commercial activity in the area. When there is no electricity, we face real hardship. Our ice supply is forced to source ice from faraway locations. Cost significant to keep up. Observers argue production is the lack of reliable electricity. The frequent power cuts and rationing make it extremely difficult to operate efficiently, slowing down our entire business. Electricity shortage remains our foremost concern.
C'est la principale difficulté.
Despite these efforts, the impact of the outages continues to be felt across the community, highlighting
Lati visited some of those neighborhoods and presents this.
An electric pole hangs just a few meters above the ground, precariously supported by makeshift plants. The alarming site is in Bona local Douala 3, where residents and passers-by navigate the risk of crossing underneath it. This has persisted for nearly a month, instilling fear of impending danger from electric shocks. We are really in danger. I'm here to redirect vehicles so they don't pass here because they can hang on the pole and create an incident here. Ever since these cables are on the ground, we are scared. Sometimes we even see smokes coming out from it. Over 5 electric poles in similar disrepair are scattered across the neighborhood, posing significant risk to the lives of its inhabitants. Low voltage have left businesses reliant on energy feeling paralyzed.
Il y a baisse de tension généralisée dans ce quartier.
C'est assez récurrent dans nos quartiers. Seulement dans ce couloir, on a 2 poteaux qui sont au sol.
A few meters away in the Bonadiwata neighborhood, the situation mirrors that of Bonaloka. Inhabitants of both neighborhoods report having submitted requests to the electricity company in Ayo but have received no favorable response. The few agents who we observed during our visit appear occupied with other tasks.
Il y a des agents de Néo qui sont passés à plusieurs reprises et filmés. On n'a pas eu de suite.
It's been 2 weeks already that we called Neo's attention. They keep passing here and handing bills and doing nothing. The situation is particularly dire at this time, with school children on break and easily playing around these hazards. The residents continue to await government intervention to address these safety concerns and restore proper electrical service.
And as a remedy to this very unpleasant situation, the government is struggling to boost electricity transport station stability with the provision of reinforced concrete poles to replace the aging wooden poles. Ambo Gladys takes a look on these measures.
There are currently around 1.6 million wooden poles in use across the country, but officials say 40% of them are already showing signs of deterioration. These aging structures frequently collapse during storms or heavy winds, often leading to extended power outages in affected areas. To tackle the issue, the government is banking on concrete. The first batch of 10,000 concrete poles is expected to be installed beginning next week, with the full 50,000 set to be in place by the end of this year.
By
December 2025, we would have installed 50,000 concrete poles as part of our mission to fight against persistent power cuts. The first phase begins next week with the installation of 10,000 concrete poles.
During his tour of the 2 production plants in Suza in the Mongo Division and Misole in the Sanaga Maritime Division, the minister ensured that the concrete poles being manufactured meet European standards required by the national electricity provider ENEO. The reinforced structures are designed to carry small transformers that supply energy to entire neighborhoods.
These concrete poles will give us a stable electricity distribution network. Unlike wooden poles that easily collapse, the concrete ones are stronger and built to withstand harsh weather. Once installed, they will drastically reduce the outages many communities are currently facing.
With production underway and installations soon to begin, the government is confident that these infrastructural upgrades will bring significant relief to households and businesses grappling with unstable electricity.
And we talk politics as in about 6 months, Cameroonians will be called to the polls for the presidential election. And there is steam already across the country. But then how very serious are some of these opposition parties vis-a-vis the ruling party? Beatrice Ngamo takes a look on the chances of the opposition divide.
The framework of candidates for the next October presidential race is gradually unfolding, with faces like Maurice Kamto of CRM, Cabral Libi of PCRM, Joshua Ossi of the SDF, persons who finished second, third, and fourth in the 2018 presidential election. Among them, also Patricia Tomanyo Ndamjoya of the UDC 5th and Serge Espoir Matomba in the 7th position. New contenders like Akere Muna under the banner of the Univer Party are coming with new aura. The list is far from exhaustive. According to political analyst Paul Stefan Menunga, 2 opposition figures stands the chance of pulling the string, disturbing the ruling CPDM giant. As first candidate, we have Maurice Kamto, who still remains popular as in 2018 and likely have advantage of same popularity. We equally have Honorable Cabral Libi, who since 2018 has remained constant and coherent. The ruling CPDM, with position acquired in the past and recent years, is still attracting numerous activists, enhanced by its 71% support 7 years ago during the presidential election. This thanks to our territorial coverage and strength of its organization. This political journalist, Jean Pasiang Tsala, finds it hard to see this power giant wavering.
Le candidat du RDPC a tout avec lui.
CPDM candidate is having all, so better placed to win the votes again. Present all over the national territory, effectively playing political, economic, geographic, and international geopolitics, CPDM is a big machine, and with her natural candidate, who we all know, is having all to be victorious. One thing is certain in a presidential race: all protagonists have equal opportunity, provided their political programs is convincing and charms the voters. Worth recalling here that Cameroon has 18 political parties with at least 1 elected official, and therefore they are likely to present a candidate in the future presidential race.
And the Minister of Public Works, Emmanuel Ngano Jumesi, has installed newly appointed officials in his ministerial department, that is in the central administration. And these new breeds have been called upon or urged to make sure they put their skills in good use. Bonaventure Ati.
The newly installed officials of the central services of the Ministry of Public Works include technical advisors, communication officer, directors, and control officers.
We are sincerely happy for this recognition, and we are engaged to serve our ministry.
While installing the newly appointed, Minister Emmanuel Ngano Jumesi reminded them that they are poised to carry out their new functions with diligence, professionalism, and with respect of the law.
Ministry of Public Works has highlighted the challenges, and then we are already.
The appointees have a task to accompany the minister in implementing the National Public Works Policy and ensure that earmarked projects are well executed.
And of course, we move up to the Moonhead Hills and the rolling mountains of BLM, where the people of Allo subdivision have benefited from a free medical health care. And for this was the initiative of the sons and daughters of the BLM division, precisely from the Allo, who actually brought solace to the population that has been living for so long in limbo. Details in the following report. Hope was visibly written on the faces of many as residents of Allo subdivision fell out in large numbers at the start of the week to receive free health care. Located in the BLM division of the southwest region of Cameroon, these communities have long been deprived of proper medical attention due to ongoing insecurity.
I came for my consultation of eyes, and they did the checkup, and it was so cool, and I thank them for the campaign and all the care and everything they did for me.
Over a 4-day period, a team of specialist doctors and healthcare professionals set up a medical mission in Allo. Their objective: to ease the suffering of the population battered by years of violence and armed conflict, and which has lacked access to quality health care for too long.
So presently, we have been doing medical consultations, we have been doing dental care, we have been doing obstetric, we have been doing optic. There is eye care equally, and also we are equally doing cervical cancer screening. So there are some lab tests that are being conducted for free for the patients. And
the campaign covered a wide range of medical services, including general medicine, ophthalmology, dental care, and more.
Equipment we need, X-ray, ultrasound, you name it. Whatever is needed for diagnosis is needed in this health center, including a new building with beds and theater materials, everything. So we're starting from the ground up to try our best to equip the place.
The initiative was warmly welcomed by the local traditional ruler, who received the medical team as heroes. This free medical campaign is not just a health intervention. It symbolizes a glimmer of peace and hope and a return to normalcy in a region that has faced hardship for years. And that report puts a cap on this edition of the Sitting with me, Kejang Henry. Of course, you have to know that today, April 11, is the World Parkinson Day, to raise awareness on this disease that is fast growing in the country. Matthew Fangwa will be here in a split second with the debrief, the actuality. Of course, he's going to handle sporting issues. From all of us, it's goodbye from me and wishing you a happy weekend.